Most I block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you very much. Okay. So, you seen the title. That's the message that God wants to put out there right now. God wants you to know. There's a war going on regarding your reputation that you don't even know about. And the thing is, you don't even need to know because you got people who you've worked with in the past speaking up on your behalf. You left a great impression on them and they want everybody to fucking know. They're not afraid to stand up for your name behind your back. So you don't even have to say anything. That's why I wrote in the title, I got people for that. Okay? So, the people who are spreading lies about you, trying to ruin your reputation, are actually family and friends, people close to you. And people who only know you by being around you for several hours a day, they respect you more than your people do. Those closest to you. Life is funny, isn't it? So the ones that you grow up around, the ones that you hold dearest to you, the ones that you would prioritize in times of trouble, they are the ones that are trying to bury you. They're the ones that are trying to see you fall from your high place. Because whoever you are, you must be up high for them to be trying to pull you down. And people you've worked with in the past, people who have spent time around you, they're saying to everybody who cared to hear, oh, no, that's not true. Don't listen to so and so. They're chatting shit. They're lying. Isn't that beautiful? I find that to be absolutely amazing. There's a saying, a prophet has no honor in his or her own land. And I used to see it as like your land that you're born in, which it could be true. But in your own house, those who are supposed to know you the most and love you the most, sometimes they're your biggest haters. And this is one such case. So we're going to dig into this to find out what it is that God wants us to know. Okay? A moment. I'm just clickety clacketing. Just crick, crick, crack, 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 crack. Okay. So let's get these bitches. Don't look at my boobs. Okay, you can look. Okay, stop looking now. All right. So, Most High, what do you want to reveal to us regarding this here subject matter? Sometimes you see people out in the world all by themselves. And you think they're there because they want to be there. You think they're there because of something that they themselves have done. Sometimes it's because of other people. Sometimes it's because being out in the cold amongst strangers is actually safer than being at home. Where are all your friends? They betrayed me. So I had to leave them. All of them? All of them. What kind of person gets betrayed by all of their friends and all of their family? Who are you? And those who haven't betrayed you, they deserted you. They're out in the world alone. It's not supposed to be that way. But as fate would have it, that's your reality. Let's find out. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we got clever. So the subject matter of what God wants us to know right now is something is clever. And while I was humming my little tune, I was feeling somebody or some people's rushing me. And I decided, I'm not even going to allow you to disturb me while I'm under my meditation. I'm a soul woman. I'm a woman of depth. You cannot rush these things. You are going to wait on me. You cannot rush healing. Whatever process we use, it takes its own amount of time. I know my background says the Minister of Entertainment, but this is still the healing of We the People's channel. Okay? Okay. And this will always be. The healing of We the People's channel. We are that first. It's just that we use entertainment to do it. Storytelling. Just like these people are using storytelling to ruin whoever you are's reputation. But their storytellings are lies. These storytellings are the truth. So we use the truth to heal your reputation. So the subject matter so far, something is clever. Let's see if I got raisins in my teeth saying, hey. Oh. That's all. We'll manage. Okay. I am a doctor. My healing practices, they're not of the Western kind. But everything I do and don't do is part of my healing methods. Okay? So, clever. The card that come out, one single card, they're a moocher. Shall we find out what a moocher is? We don't want to go by our own definitions today. A person who lives off others without giving anything in return. So says Google. But that pretty much sums it up. A person who lives off others without giving anything in return. So, these people have something to gain by ruining your reputation. The underlying issue is competing. So, by ruining you, they gain something. Because there's some kind of competition at play. So maybe they're working for your competitor. Somebody sees you as a worthy rival, even though you're probably not even competing with anybody. The only one we compete against is our former self. Well, sensible people anyway. We run our own bumbleclot race. That's why we do so well. So competing, and we got warmonger. We got old. Reserved. Respectable. Prejudice. Boring. Giving up. Attention seeker. Addicted or addict. Liar. They're addicted to lying. We got sugar mommy or sugar daddy in the mix here. So, usually a sugar mommy or sugar daddy exchange sex and stuff like that for money. In this case, your own people are exchanging falsified information about you for money. So whoever this is, that's your competitor. This sugar mommy or daddy person, that's your competitor. They're racing with you. Racist racing. They're closed-minded and they're depressed, and that's why they can't beat you. So if they can't beat you, what do? They cheat. They can't outdo you, so their next thing is to cheat. And who do they use to help them to cheat? Those closest to you. Those nearest and dearest to you. They were willing to sell you out. They have done so. But we're at the part of the story where all of their efforts are coming to naught. Because over time, these bad words, these rumors, these horrible rumors about you have gotten back to the ears of people who know you. People who you've worked with. And you know when you work, you're at work for at least 8 hours per day. So these people have spent a considerable amount of time around you. They've interacted with you in many ways. They have seen you, how you behave. And if you've been working around these people for years, it's like you've never changed. You are always kind. You are always peaceful. You are always nice. It's like the things that they're hearing about you and the you that they know, they just don't go good together. But here's the thing. When people are seeking information about you, who do they go to first? They would go to people closest to you, like your spouse or your partner, your sisters, your brothers, your mother, your father, your cousins, your auntie, your uncle, friends of the family, people closest to you. You know, boyfriends, girlfriends, people like that. Because they're closest to you. They expect that these people would know you best. which is true. They do know you best, but this is a case where they're willing to lie about who you are because they're getting paid to lie about you for somebody else who sees you as a worthy rival. They see you as their competition. So so there are three parties here. There's you, there's your family and friends, and there's this person behind them with the money, your rival. So you need to recognize that whoever you are on this person's level. This person with the money. Whether you have money or not, just know that this person see your potential, or when you don't see it. And they're trying to ruin you before you come into your full power, your full authority, your full manifestation of who you were meant to be or who you are meant to be in the grand scheme of things, in the hierarchy of life. So who are you? That this person should go to your people and pay them to spread rumors on you. And of course, it's not only going to be rumors, maybe they're being paid to hurt you in other ways. You just think about it. All those ways that you can think of, yeah, they are paid to slow you down. Those closest to you, they are being paid to slow you down. They are being paid to make you doubt yourself. They are being paid to make you feel ugly, to make you feel unwanted, make you feel unloved, make you feel unworthy of these things. So if your life was going fine and then all of a sudden it just get chaotic, there's somebody behind pulling the strings. So look at all those who are being chaotic with you. Who are they? Is it your mom suddenly getting chaotic with you? Is it your father? Is it your brothers, your sisters? Things are just chaotic. You don't feel safe anymore. Even when things look pleasant on the surface, there's an energy begging for you to notice it. And some of you may have already noticed it, that everything is not okay. Maybe they're doing things to make you look crazy, so that you could end up in a mental institution. It's your own people doing it. Because somebody wants to get you out of the way, because you are destined for greatness. And they want to stop you before you get to that greatness. God wants you to know that. So these family members and friends and lovers and maybe even your own children and whoever, they're getting paid. So they're basically getting paid off of your head. And they're not giving you anything in return. You can't go ask them for no money and they help you. You can't go ask them for any kind of support and they help you. Just pay attention to your situation. Relationships that once felt loving and supportive. An atmosphere in which you once felt safe. You don't feel that way anymore. Pay attention. You're not losing your marbles. Something sinister is occurring. You just don't know about it. They're trying to ruin you for somebody else. And these people are so stupid because if you make it big in life, obviously, if you feel like your family supported you and loved you, they would be the first to benefit from your wealth. Is that not so? Is that so or not? They would be the first people, they would be your priority. Isn't that silly? They don't know how huge you're meant to become. They don't know how successful you're meant to become. But they opt to cut you down for a quick buck, which is most likely crumbs compared to what they would have had access to had they been supportive to you instead. So I don't know which part of your story you are at when it comes to this scenario. But just know that when they realize that they have failed, that you are going to get to your rightful and deserved position in life, that position of success, that position of excellence, that position of wealth, they're going to come back. All of a sudden, they remember your phone number again. All of a sudden, they're going to want to know where you live again. Just wait and watch and expect them. But can they be trusted? The same way, in your greatest time of need, you had to turn to strangers. I think that in your time of abundance, you'd be safer with strangers. It's your life, your choice. But I'm just saying. In this period of development, when you need or you would have been able to benefit from the support of your family, your friends, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or boyfriends or girlfriends who were in the picture during this time frame of your development, they all fought against you. They were happy to be in your life because whoever's close to you, this rival with the money goes to them and makes them an offer behind your back because they're the closest to you. The offer is to hurt you. They get paid to hurt you. These are the people closest to you. You're not safe at home. You're not safe with those whom you choose to share your personal space with. I'd say keep that same energy. And that's why sometimes it's better to just be by yourself. Make sure that you vet your friends. Make sure that you are cautious about whoever you have around you. Even your children. Be mindful. These people are low lives. Your people are low lives. They're taking payoffs to hurt you. The golden goose of the family, clearly. How stupid are these people? How selfish are these people. They're that selfish and they're that stupid. So let's suppose that they do manage to ruin you on behalf of this competitor of yours. What happens after that? Let's suppose they succeed. Anyway, this your competitor is close-minded and depressed right now. She or he or they feel like shit because they're losing. Because there are people out there who know the real you. And they can't fool those people. So now it's the word of your so-called friends and family and lovers against your co-workers of the past. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. That person, they're not like that. I can't see that any. I didn't see that anywhere in their personality when they were around me, and I just can't imagine that person being who you say they are, because the evidence that we have, it presents a completely different picture, because they've been tested around here. I've seen how they handle people. I've seen how they handle circumstances. I've seen how they handle being approached by men or being approached by women. I've seen how they handle when there's war going on or there's fights going on. I've seen how they handle being around people who gossip and all these things. That's what these co-workers are saying. You're not the gossiping type. You don't go around and fuck everybody. You don't go around and be fucking interested in everybody as a potential fuck. You're not the type to be going out and just living loosely. You don't start fights. You're actually very helpful. You're very understanding. You're very kind. They totally flip your personality. So the people them wonder, well, how come they're like this at work? And for so many years. And here you come talking this shit about this person. Something's not right. So now your competitor is seeing the lies fading slowly. People are doing their own investigation as to who you are. So if you find yourself being approached randomly by people that don't normally interact with you, just know that you're being tested. People are checking to see, or they're trying to evaluate your character. Because this is a character assassination. Because this competitor thinks that by assassinating your character, they put themselves in a more fortunate position than you. They want everybody to hate you. So by any means, so I'm sure they've said shit like you're a whore. I'm sure they've said shit like maybe you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, you're you're a liar, you're a thief, you're a, what else? They probably said you were a killer. They probably said you're a devil worshipper. You drink blood. You use voodoo to get mates. Like, the man or the woman them that ever loved you is who do you use to get them, and just think of it, name it. They've said it. They've tried to pin it on your character. They want everybody to believe you're just the most vile creature ever. And yet still there's nothing about you that reflects those characteristics that your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your boyfriends, your girlfriends say about you. But these are the people who are most likely to be believed because they've been closest to you. There is the power in your opponent's strategy. Because these are the people closest to you, the lies were swallowed whole without any type of chewing. Yeah. Those who swallow those lies, they don't even know the texture. They don't know if it's liquid or gas or solid. They just swallow that shit. Like, and they're saying to themselves, I would never guess that whoever you are is like that. But yet they chose to believe. And it's like, why would they lie? Why would his or her, why would your mother lie about you? Why would your father lie about you? Why would your brother lie about you? Why would your sister lie about you? Why would your cousin lie about you like that? Why would your grandmother lie about you like that? Why would your grandfather lie about you like that? Why would your boyfriend lie about you? Why would your baby father lie about you like that? Why would your baby mother lie about you like that? You know, why would your pastor lie about you like that? Why would your teacher lie about you like that? Because they're getting paid, dummy. Because even you said, I can't see this person being that way. That don't even make sense. I would have never guessed. Why you think that is? We humans need to be more responsible when it comes to information. I find that we are very, very irresponsible when it comes to information. And that's very dangerous when the way we perceive things is the difference between success and failure. The way we perceive people is the difference between success and failure. If somebody is willing to do all this, pay off all these people to ruin your reputation, then you must be somebody special. They're spending a lot of money and time and energy, using a lot of resources trying to ruin little old you. So who the fuck are you? What are you destined to do? What are they trying to stop you from doing? If you don't know, you need to know. So there's a war going on for your destiny. What are you doing about it? I'd say what you should be doing about it is first knowing what the fuck is so fantastic about you that somebody would use your whole family and everybody closest to you to try and ruin you. Don't see yourself as a reject. See yourself as very special. It's time that we take off these bumbleclad wool from over our eyes. For so long, they've trained us to see people who are highly manipulated and fought against and rejected as actual rejects, when those are usually the most special of the lot. These are usually the most powerful people. You want me to tell you some of the places where the most powerful and the best people are? They're in the mental institutions. They're in the jails. And some of them are under the ground. That's what they do with special people. That's what they do with people who have magnificent destinies. You are one of those people. And this person is afraid of your power. That's why they spend so much money and put in so much effort for so long to try and ruin you. You are not a reject. You are a VIP in the hierarchy of LIFE. That's why we need to know ourselves. We spend so much time paying attention to other people and not enough time paying attention to who we actually are. So the first thing you need to do is find out what your destiny is. Who are you that these people would spend so much and put in so much effort to destroy you? That's the first thing. And the second thing is to stay focused on doing that with your God. Make sure that you don't leave your God's side. God is a miracle working entity. You don't have to know how God is going to protect you. Just know that you will be protected. You will be guided. And you will make it. So whoever the fuck this is, they need to get the fuck out your seat. You're not coming to take their spot if you're just being who you are. That means it is your spot that they're in. If you're just being who you are, not competing with anybody, if you're the best person for this position, it is your bumbleclad spot. When it comes to destiny, we are once we're living in our purpose, we are on our way to it, and it is on its way to us. What belongs to you is yours. So this person is sitting in your seat, and because they see you growing and developing and rising to the point where you can actually be fully developed enough to be posted in your destined spot that they're sitting in, they're trying to ruin you before you get there. So this is like there's somebody at the head of tech right now in the world, and you're just growing. And in school, you've expressed, in school, at work, wherever, you've expressed a certain potential to be magnificent in tech. The person sitting at the head of tech right now, they're watching you because they see that you have the capability to outshine them and outdo them and outrank them. You are better than them. Or you're going to be better than them. They see that in you. If not better than them, you have the power to be a competitor. So now they no longer have a monopoly on tech. You are a target because you automatically are seen as a threat by this person who is sitting at the hierarchy. This person sitting up at the top in the hierarchy of tech, they see you as a threat because of your potential and your dedication and your passion, your innovation. So if you want to know who's doing it, just look up the ladder. These motherfucking people who are out there posing as I'm the greatest, I'm better than you. They're looking down at we the people, and they can see those who are eagles amongst the chicken. They know who you are. They've been watching you. They've been gathering information on you. So if you're great at fashion, if you're going to be the next great thing in fashion, just know that whoever it is that's coming after you is somebody who is in fashion. If you're great at basketball, just know that the one that wanna fucking destroy you and break up your foot and make you feel like you're shitty is somebody who is high up in basketball. Are you getting the point? Are you getting the picture here? So what are you great at? That will give you some clue as to who the fuck is trying to ruin you by paying off your people to tell lies on you and destroy you in any and every way they possibly can. They have an eye on you, you need to have an eye on them. And you need to keep an eye really on your destiny. Stay focused with your God. Don't ever forget it. That's the secret sauce right there. With God, you're untouchable. You don't pretend to be with God. You be with God for real. You listen to what God say. Tap in and stay tapped in. It doesn't mean that we won't divert a little bit, but don't make it a habit of not listening to what God tell you to do if you want to win. Okay? We got the rapist coming next. So this person is closed-minded and depressed. We got the rapist. They want to rape you of your destiny. They want to take your destiny. And then we got slutty and greedy. Fighter. But you are resilient. Even if you're poor, you won't be poor for long. We got hater, control, loner, computer hacker. This is the mind control. This is them talking shit about you and messing with people's head and how people see you and all of that. So this hater is controlling all these people, the loners. That's the mission, is to make you a loner. So if you see yourself alone in life, that's why. So we got self-preservation. And we have expanding, but it's coming out in the reverse. So you're being so protective of yourself that you're not expanding. See? That's why I say you need to know your destiny and you need to stay focused. You need to do who you are. Yeah, you need to do who you are. Who they're afraid of, you need to be that if you want to win with your God. Or else this person is going to be sitting in your seat and you're going to be poor forever. You're going to be a nobody forever. Nobody going to know you, and the impact that you're meant to make on this world, you're not going to make the impact on this world because you were too afraid. Because you're afraid of all these people. But yo, they say, if God be for me, it is more than the whole world against me. And I'm a living, breathing, walking testimony that that chat is true. So you haven't been expanding. You haven't been saying anything either. You've been silent. It's your choice. It's your life. It's your destiny. But I know what I'm doing about mine. I don't care. You can't take my destiny. If you're in my seat, you better get up. You can't take my destiny. If you don't get up, you're gonna get fucked up. What me say? You can't take my destiny. If you're in my seat, then you better get up. You can't take my destiny. If you don't get up, you're gonna get fucked up. Shit. Get the fuck out my spot. So the lazy was coming out in the reverse next. So God said, don't be lazy. I mean, you can be lazy if you want to, but God's advice is like, don't be lazy. You gotta put that work in, okay? So it's up to you. If you want to give them your destiny, if you want to be the loser, if you want to take the L in this situation, then do nothing. Be afraid, okay? And live a hard, ugly, nasty life where you're probably gonna be cussing God. And asking God, why things have to be so hard? Why everybody else have support and I don't have none? Bitches, because they're selling you the fuck out. They're taking money to ruin you. That's why. They don't love you like that. That's why. And if you want to live your life and think that nobody at all is your friend, including God, then you can stay out there in the world and suffer and cry and be ruthless and mean, and then life gonna fuck you up for thinking that you have a right to become bitter because your life is challenging. Everybody's life is challenging. And the greater your destiny, the bigger the challenges in your life are going to be. So if you choose to be afraid to stand up and go through the fire for what is yours, don't blame nobody else when you don't get what is yours. Life is not for the weak. And the race is not for the swift, but who can endure. You know what endure mean? Let me tell you. Y'all got a whole bunch of shit to say about the Bible, you know, but there's a whole lot of good stuff in the Bible. Everything in there isn't for us to take, because they put a whole bunch of shit in there too. But I do recommend people own a Bible and read a Bible, because there's a lot of wisdom in that book. It's just like somebody telling you their life experience. You take what makes sense to you and you leave what don't. Don't be criticizing the book and criticizing the people who believe in the book. Let people live their life and be the version of themselves that they want to be. You need to mind your own business and do what is working for you. Take what's good from the book and leave what don't make no sense to you. And instead of reading the book from front to back, you get the book and you ask God, use your intuition. You ask God, like, what's God's message for you today? And you close your eyes and you feel. And you find the passage. You open the page and you feel. You feel the energy. Get in tune with your intuition. Don't be one of these people in the world who just outright criticize people of different religions and criticize their holy books and completely condemn them. It's stupid. It's childish. There is some good in there. Take the good and leave the bad. And there's quite a lot of good in there that you can learn from and apply to your life. It's like talking to an elder. That's what these holy books are. You should have one of each. As many as you can find from every religion. Hopefully we can read the language. But endure. Endure, suffer something painful or difficult patiently. The race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure. To endure means to be capable of suffering something painful or difficult patiently. Don't let your challenges make you bitter when you have the choice to allow them to make you better. When I say better, I mean wiser, stronger, more patient, more understanding, more compassionate. These are what we get from struggles. It's all about how you choose to see the struggle. In order to be able to empathize with others, you must too be able to you must have experienced something at least similar to what they have experienced so that you understand where they're coming from. If they say they're sad, or if they say they're lonely, or if they say they're depressed, you too must have endured these circumstances for you to be able to connect with other people who are or who have been in these situations. It's a form of communication. It helps in bonding. Because no man or woman is an island. If you're going to have a business, you need customers. And if you want to be a grumpy old git, then who's going to want to be your customer? So you're going to have to learn how to be kind. You're going to have to learn how to, even in the face of adversity and rejection and all that negative shit, how to maintain your composure and not let it affect you to the point where you're matching their energy. It's not everybody who is mean to you that you need to match their energy. That's not always the right solution. I swear I have so many things to teach. I have so many things to teach, but I can't do it all in one video. That's why I be chatting for so long. But I think that 1 hour of chatting is enough. And I hope that the information that I shared here today, or we shared here today, God via me, I hope that it has helped to clarify some things for you. It's time that people who are challenged in this world stop seeing themselves as the problem. If your life is difficult, if people insist on making your life difficult and miserable, it is not your fault. Especially if you're a good person, if you're a kind person. It's like, why am I so nice and people want to be so mean to me? Why is that, smarty pants? It don't make no sense, does it? What would be somebody's motive to be mean to someone who is kind to them? It don't make no sense. So you need to recognize that you're not the problem here. They don't deserve to be around you. First of all, if you can't feel safe around them, if you can't feel respected and supported, if you can't feel loved and nourished and whatnot around them, you don't need to be around them. So even when you don't know the motive for their bad treatment, you know that much. You know that you don't want to be treated that way. And it's going to call for you to make some moves to remove yourself from their presence. We cry too much. We complain too much. And we project our anger outward too much. We need to spend more time understanding ourselves. Self-sufficiency, independence is a fucking superpower. Stop depending on other people for friendship and for love and to make you happy and for money and for every fucking thing that you be depending on people for. The more you can do for yourself, the safer and the better off you are. When you got real people around you, they're gonna do for you without you having to beg them. They're gonna make you feel safe. And the moment that they stop making you feel safe, the moment they start making you have to beg them, is the cue for them to go. Your chapter is over. People come into our lives sometimes for a reason, sometimes for a season, and very rarely for a lifetime. You need to recognize each type of person around you. And it's not ever all negative. So when I say reason, don't just think that somebody's coming around you to do something bad to you. Sometimes an angel come around you to bless you and leave. We have to pay attention in life. If you're gonna be in the game, you gotta be active. You can't be a non-player, like they be saying. A non-player is somebody who doesn't think, somebody who doesn't make moves, somebody who just allow themselves to be used and abused any old how, and they just sit around and fucking cry about it. Or spend the little crumbs that they get for being used and abused and think that, yeah, this is the best that life can be. Nah, that's the best that you made your life to be. Then we like to blame God and say how people are so evil. But you're not standing up for yourself. Who do you expect to stand up for you? You're not doing anything to better your life. You don't have the courage. You don't have you don't have the drive. You don't have the knowledge. Yet you do not seek these things. So how do you expect your life to get better? We keep looking to other people to be a blessing to us. People got their own fucking problems. I'm not saying we can't ask for help. But don't be mad when you don't get what you ask for, because God is there. We ignore God too much. God always have time for us. God always has a way to help us. So if we go to another human being and we're met with manipulation, or we're met with rejection, or we're met with fucking abuse or whatever, you put yourself in that situation. It's better you start with God and let God provide somebody for you. We ignore God too much. We put God last. We try everything and everybody else. And when everything else done fail, then we pay attention to God. Then we seek God's face. What's your problem with God? Don't believe everything you hear, bro. The same way people are going around chatting shit about your name is the same way people go around chatting shit about God. Blaming God for things that God don't deserve the blame for. People choose to be weak. People choose to be afraid. People choose not to stand up. People choose not to ruffle feathers. People choose not to try. But God gave all of us all the faculties necessary to fucking be successful if we were to put in the effort to fucking try. That's the truth of the matter. We talk too much shit about God. It's unfair. It's unfair. Sometimes all you have in this world is you and your God. Recognize that. And you know what? It's enough for the season of your life that you have to be that way. It's enough. It's exactly all you need. You crying over people who don't even love you, people who don't have your best interests at heart, trying to mend relationships with people who have no kind of love for you. All they want to do is use you and abuse you. And then you wonder why your life's so shitty. Why are human beings so awful? It's the type of human beings that you're looking to, my friend. It's not all of us. And sometimes the good ones are so far and few in between that it's best you stay by yourself with your God. Until God send another good human being your way. Sometimes your very children would be the ones taking money to betray your ass. They chose to take the money to betray you. People are people. Me, I talk to winners on my channel. I talk to champions on my channel. And in order to be a champion, you must first have that mindset. Take accountability for your quality of life. You don't have to kiss nobody's ass for anything. God can provide everything that you need. You don't have to kiss nobody's ass for shelter. You don't have to kiss nobody ass for food. You don't have to kiss nobody ass for support. You don't have to kiss nobody ass for love. If you choose to kiss people's ass, it's because you choose to kiss people's ass. And when you're ready to get yourself out that crappy situation, God is ready to help you as long as you invite God into your situation and be obedient to God's advice. Listen and obey. Y'all quick to blame the devil for a whole bunch of shit, but when it comes to God, all of a sudden, oh, what's God? All of a sudden, I'm crazy. I'm not making any sense. You're quick to believe that the devil is so powerful and so strong, and yet God made all things, but you choose to believe that God has competition in any way. Make yourself make sense. You think God is like we stupid humans who can create things that we can't even control? That's an insult. That's an insult. To measure God by our yardstick is an insult to God. We are the ones who go into labs and create shit that we don't understand anything about, or create them in our basement or in our kitchen or in our bathroom or wherever. We stupid humans do that shit. God don't create nothing that it can't fucking handle. And there is no devil. There's evil energy. People who choose to do evil to get by in life. There is no devil. And the hell is not standing up for yourself. The hell is sitting in an abusive situation. There is no hell. The hell is giving up before you even try to win at life. Because then you subject yourself to a crappy life when you know you deserve better. But do you deserve better if you don't choose to put in the effort that it takes? You don't deserve better. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Talk and be about it. You know you deserve something when you've put in the work for it. Because let's say God give you the opportunity to become this great person that you're meant to become. If you don't have the faith and the courage to stand up and defend it, whoever this is, they'll come and take it from you at that point anyway. So you need courage. You need courage before you attain your heights of success, and you need courage when you attain your heights of success so you can maintain and protect it to the best of your ability. You can't be no punk. Or else you're going to always lose. You're going to always be abused. Then you're going to think that life is unfair. No, you are being unfair to yourself by not standing up for yourself. Tell the truth. You have a mouth to speak. You got hands to do stuff. You got a brain that's functioning properly. You got your feet. You got health. You got strength. You got everything that you need. And even those who don't have these things, you have ways and means of doing what you need to do. So there's no excuse. You choose to be afraid. Because it's easier to be afraid. It's just less rewarding. It's easier to be afraid. It's just less rewarding. So you could be afraid all you want to. Just know that whatever you achieve by being afraid is nothing at all compared to what you would have achieved had you chosen to have faith instead. You're enjoying crumbs. Crumbs of your own destiny. That's like somebody living inside of your mansion. And what are you? You're not even the gardener, bruv. What's lower than even a gardener as to who has rights and power and say so? You're like the man who sweeps the sidewalk outside the house, or the woman who sweeps the sidewalk outside the house. That's your fucking house. That's your yard. You can't even go in there. You have to stay outside and sweep off the bumperclad sidewalk because you were afraid. What we put into life is what we gonna get out. Keep on being afraid if that's what you want. To all my champions, I say, keep it up. We didn't come here to have our destiny stolen. I want what is mine. Get what is mine or die trying. I don't want what is anybody else's. Lord, don't even allow me to set my sights on things that belong to other people. I only want that which is mine. Those people who are mine. Amun. See that. Until next time, my loves. I'm done this time. Bye-bye.